Hello, my name is Kenya Woolridge, and I am currently a graduate student at Liberty University. And today, my assignment is an interpersonal communication project for HSCO 508. My teacher is Mrs. Mary Cooper, or Dr. Mary Cooper. And I'm going to start off by saying, what is enlarging the conversation? The ability to conduct efficient interpersonal communication. What is interpersonal communication? Labels the kind of communication that happens when the people involved talk and listen in ways that maximize the presence of personal, and that is a quote exactly from Stewart. What I thought I would get from this class, I actually thought that I would get, by taking this class, that it would give me a better insight on how to deal with people and help me always get the people to sway to my side. I know that's kind of like selfish, but that's what I thought I could do. My overarching goal: I need to learn how to take criticism, positive or negative, and always try to be a good listener. Listening effectively will really help and play a good part in everyone's lives. Enlarging the conversation, I need to express more effectively and always put God first in my life. Now let me elaborate a little bit on taking criticism. Always be willing to talk about situations no matter if they're negative or positive. Never hold anything inside that may affect you. Talk problems out. By doing these things, there or should always be a solution to the problem. I know that there is constructive criticism, which can help a person make their lives maybe easier or worse. But sometimes constructive criticism will allow a person to better themselves. Listening effectively, this is a must because this will show that you are willing to learn and will help people perceive you in a positive manner. This will show others that I'm well aware of the message that they're trying to convey to me, and that I'm willing to work through any situation that I may have between me and that person, or if I'm trying to convey a message to help someone else along the way. Expressing myself. If I express myself effectively, it will show that I am in tune and my point will be brought across and I will feel better about myself. Sometimes when a person feels better about themselves, it makes them a better person, I feel. And I am a firm believer of the Bible. I know that God would never put any more on you than you can bear. Always put God first, because with Him, in your life, nothing is impossible. John 3:16 says, God so loved the world that He gave His only Son, that whosoever believes in Him should not perish, but they will have eternal life. I instill this in my life and also in my son's life, because I know sometimes we are going to be faced with struggles, but I know God is in control at all times. Human behavior. According to Carbonell, we can determine ourselves according to the DISC model. This will help understand personality patterns. This DISC model has two different types of patterns. It has a 4-letter pattern, but the top half and the bottom halves have two different patterns: active, outgoing, passive, reserved. The DISC model. D equals directing, driving, demanding, dominating, determined, decisive, doing, and that means that you're active and task oriented. I equals inspiring, influence, inducing, impression, interactive, interested in people. And that means you're active and people oriented. C equals cautious, competent, calculating, compliant, careful, and contemplative. And you're a passive person and in that nature. S equals steady, stable, shy, security oriented, servant, submissive, and you're a specialist. In doing this, my behavior blend came out to be S and I. I am a very active person and I love people. However, I can have passive tendencies at times. I can also be an open-minded person and I always would like to do what people ask me to do or are expected of me to do. However, me being that open-minded person sometimes, it affects people's feelings, and I'm really grateful that I was able to take this class because it has taught me different types of methods on how to be open-minded but not hurt others. Who am I like? Well, I am the middle child of 3 girls, and my sisters refer to me as daddy's girl, which I am, and I have tendencies of like my father. I see that I'm doing things that my father did when we were younger. Information that I've gathered from this class has taught me that communication and listening effectively plays a part in our everyday lives. By using these 2 skills, it will make me and others a better person. Interpersonal barriers. The level 1 listening is my barrier. And the reason is because I didn't know that listening had different types of levels. I feel that I have not always been a good listener. The reason I chose this one is because my emotions sometimes take over. And when you allow your emotions to take over, sometimes you hurt yourself and others. Peterson says that level 1 communication gives and receives information and discovers point of views. My goal of fixing my barrier would be communicate more effectively and always try to always be a good listener. Listening skills, as well as being one of the fundamental skills used in interpersonal relationships in the daily life, is also the basic skill and process of psychological functioning or consulting. Fixing noise pollution affects my personality, or affects me personally, would be my assumptions. If I eliminate assumptions out of my life sometime, maybe the problems that I have may not occur. Sometimes I will sit down and evaluate situations of someone trying to tell me something, and I just go ahead and assume. Well, this class has taught me that you shouldn't always do that. You need to listen to what everyone has to say. Eliminating distractions would also be one, and that would be you need to eliminate sometimes cell phones, text messages, emails, televisions, just in your daily life. And I'm gonna try to do better and remove emotions out of me, because this needs to be done so that I can give a person my undivided attention. And if I block those emotions out, I will not affect myself or them. My plan of action, I will always focus on my listening skills, take advice, always practice and use good communication. Therefore, if it's necessary to make an effort to find effective methods of teaching communication skills in a clinical situation, considering the effect of communication skills, education to myself and the patient. Philippians 4:13 says, I can do all this in him who gives me strength. And I want to thank you for allowing me to do this video, and have a blessed day.